Hi, my name is Geneviève Bonin. I'm the Ontario Public Sector Leader and also part of our consulting and deals practice within advisory. The greater part of the services that we help the Ontario Public Sector with is, with our consulting and deals practice. So, there's a number of different things that we do from being an independent advisor to them to make sure that we, help them with being transparent and accountable about how they make use of the public funds. We also help them with establishing strategies for how to move forward to be a more efficient government, a better government, and again, to make better use of the resources that they have to lead the government. We help them from an independent advisory perspective, but we also help them in doing some significant modernization and transformational project that will help them actually make a number of different changes. I recently interviewed one of our key client within the Ontario Public Sector, and I asked him that exact question. So I'm going to give you, I guess, this perspective. The answer that he gave me was obviously one that a public servant would give me, which is well, you have to compete for everything, and as such, you have to come to the table with the right experience, the right capabilities, and sort of the right price. But if we sort of put that aside, what sort of seems to stand out in terms of the PwC brand is our focus on building some long-lasting relationships with those clients in good and in bad times. The other thing that was interesting that was mentioned during the interview was our ability to be thinking outside of the box, being innovative when there's a need to be innovative, bringing a blend of different people, so people who have long experiences and perhaps are a little bit more end of career, some people that are post-end career, but also some young, bright people who again will help us come up with some more innovative ideas. We have to find a way to modernize services and reduce overall costs so that we can build a sustainable government and also continue to afford the services that we deliver to Canadian citizens. So as part of that, if you look at the modernization of service delivery, there's a lot of work that we can do from a PwC perspective to help them do that. And there are things that would be things like how do we actually deliver services in a more innovative manner? How do we help them, for example, make use of technology, mobility, and all sorts of new innovations that would help us again make sure that there's a better service to citizen, and at the same time doing it in a more efficient manner. When people think of the Ontario Public Sector, they think about just the government. And I think what's important to highlight is, the Ontario Public Sector for the firm, does include for sure, our business with the various ministries, but it also includes our work with crowns and agencies, with the education sector as well as the healthcare sector, as well as with the municipalities. So examples of, crowns and agencies with whom we're doing work with would include, for example, the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation, which is a fairly sort of exciting and organization to be doing work for these days because they're going through a tremendous amount of transformation and modernization, and we're helping them with that. From a healthcare perspective, we have a team that's comes to the table with deep healthcare experience, and what that means is they understand all of the healthcare systems from the agencies that help have to be part of that ecosystem with the policy organization, the ministry, but also the hospitals, and again the whole ecosystem of people that are part of the healthcare, and we advise to all of these people. And from also an education perspective, we do work with all sort of levels of education, from undergraduate and secondary school boards, postgraduate, institutions of all sort of kinds. So, again, the Ontario Public Sector is not just like the business, that we do with the ministries per se, but it's much broader than that, and we're involved at all levels.